God says, you will receive a very huge gift in the next 11 minutes, if you listen completely. This is not by chance that you're here reading this right now. Nothing that touches your heart is ever random when it comes from the Lord. His ways are quiet, but they are never uncertain. His voice is still, but it always knows where to find you. Right now, He is calling you into stillness, into a moment where your heart and His love can meet. If you're reading this, it means you've been chosen to receive something greater than your struggles, something deeper than your fears, something more powerful than anything you've lost. This message carries a promise, not of the world, but of heaven. Don't look away. Don't scroll past. God is speaking to you right here, right now. Comment 11:11 to declare it. Some days feel longer than others, not because of the hours they hold, but because of the weight we carry through them. We walk through life with silent prayers whispered in empty rooms, holding on to fading hope like it's the last thread that keeps us from falling. You may have felt like you've been fighting battles no one can see, praying for answers that never seem to come fast enough, and wondering if God sees the tears you cry when no one else is watching. But the truth is, He sees. He has always seen. Every moment you thought you were forgotten, you were actually being remembered in the deepest part of heaven's heart. You may think you're losing time, or missing out, or falling behind. But God's timing never fails, and His gifts are never delayed. What feels like a pause is sometimes God protecting you, keeping you from things that would have broken your spirit before it had the strength to rise. What you think is being taken from you might actually be God making space. Space for healing. Space for joy. Space for peace. The kind of peace that doesn't come from understanding everything but from knowing you're held by someone who does. There is a very real gift waiting for you. Not something small, not something ordinary. It will arrive quietly, but it will shift your life in ways you can't imagine right now. And it won't look like anything the world celebrates, but it will bring a light to your soul that will never dim. A phone call, a message, an open door, a moment of clarity, or simply a deep, unshakable sense that you're no longer walking alone. This is the kind of gift heaven gives. Jesus never promised that life would be without storms. But He did promise that He would never leave you in them. That's where His presence becomes the most tender, right in the middle of the mess. The gift He brings is more than something you can touch, it's something that touches you. Something that reminds you that you're still seen, still chosen, still worth rescuing. And that rescue is coming. It might not look like what you expected, but it will be exactly what your soul has been waiting for. If you've been feeling like your prayers are bouncing off the ceiling, please know that heaven is never silent. It's just that God doesn't shout over our storms. He waits until we're still enough to hear Him. And maybe, just maybe, this moment is that stillness. This space, these words, this heartbeat you feel right now, it's not just a feeling. It's a nudge from God reminding you that He's closer than your breath, and He's already sending the breakthrough. There is nothing about your life that is too broken for God to use. No part of your story that disqualifies you from His love. No failure that pushes you outside of His grace. He knew every part of you when He called you His. You don't have to earn what's already yours. You just have to receive it. This gift coming your way. It's not based on what you've done right or wrong. It's based on what He already finished on the cross. That love, that sacrifice, that victory, it has your name written in it, and nothing in this world can cancel that promise. Sometimes God allows things to be stripped away not to hurt us, but to show us what we never needed. He removes the noise, the distractions, the things we cling to so tightly that we forget where our true help comes from. And when we feel like we've lost everything, He begins to rebuild us from the inside out. Not with what we thought we needed, but with what we truly do: peace, wisdom, strength, grace, and the kind of joy that makes no sense except that it comes from Him. Comment Amen if you believe. This is the beginning of something new for you. You might not see it yet, but the shift has already begun. It started when you said, "God, I need you." It began when you chose faith instead of fear, when you kept going even though you felt like giving up. The gift that is coming into your life will not only bless you, it will heal parts of you that you didn't even know were wounded. God is going to use your life to show others what redemption looks like, what hope looks like, what it means to trust when everything else says stop. Keep your heart open. The next 11 minutes aren't just minutes. They're moments that heaven is using to draw you closer to the truth: you are not alone. You are not forgotten. And you are so deeply loved. It's not wrapped in noise or distraction. It doesn't look like a grand announcement or a sudden flash of glory. But it's there. It's forming in the unseen places, growing like a seed under the soil, waiting for the right moment to bloom. And God, in His mercy, is asking you to wait, not because He is distant, but because He is preparing something that will last. Comment 222 if you are prepared. A rare 7-second morning ritual that was hidden in CIA files is now reappearing, and people are already reporting rapid financial breakthroughs. It takes almost no time, yet it activates a dormant wealth switch in the brain that most never unlock. Click the link in the description and comments now. Access it before it disappears. Life can feel so fragile when you don't understand what's coming next. When you've given your all and still face closed doors, it's easy to wonder if your prayers have disappeared into the wind. But God never lets a single word fall to the ground unnoticed. Every whispered hope, every tear, every quiet plea for help is sacred to Him. Nothing you've spoken in faith has been forgotten. It's all been planted in the hands of a loving Father who gives good gifts in His perfect time. The gift coming your way may not be what you expected, but it will be what you need. It will heal a part of your heart that has long been aching. It will answer a prayer you've prayed with trembling hands. It will confirm that even when you didn't feel seen, God never stopped watching over you. The path that felt like it was crumbling under your feet was actually leading you to something stronger than you've ever stood on before. God isn't late. He's just working in the quiet, wrapping your blessing in layers of grace you'll understand only when you look back and see how far He's carried you. Jesus never walked past pain without stopping. He never overlooked the broken. And He's not overlooking you. When you feel invisible to the world, when your smile hides the tiredness in your soul, that's when His love surrounds you the most. You don't have to prove yourself to Him. You don't need to pretend you're okay when your heart is trembling. His love reaches into the deepest parts of you, the places even you try to ignore. And he speaks gently to those places, saying, "You are still mine. You are still worthy of something beautiful." There are moments in your life that God will use to shape you, not to punish you. Some lessons come through loss, through quiet endings, through things we didn't choose. But even in that, God remains faithful. He brings light into darkness, purpose out of pain, and new beginnings from broken places. When you feel like you've reached your limit, that's where His strength begins. When your own voice feels too weak to pray, His Spirit prays for you. You are never left to figure it out on your own. There's a shift happening. A quiet, powerful turning of the page in your life. The things that once held you back are starting to loosen their grip. The chains that kept your heart anxious are breaking. Not all at once, but slowly, steadily, like dawn breaking after a long night. And even if the healing doesn't look the way you imagined, it's real. It's happening. Your faith has stirred something in the heavens, and now the answer is coming. The very thing you thought was too far gone is being restored. Comment, "Thank you God for your guidance and protection." Don't let the delay convince you that God changed His mind about you. His plans don't expire. His promises don't fade just because they haven't happened yet. He sees the end from the beginning, and nothing surprises Him. You may feel weary, but you're not defeated. You may feel lost, but you're still on course. The detours, the delays, the disappointments, they've all been woven into a greater plan. And that plan is unfolding right now, even in the quiet. Sometimes, the most powerful miracles aren't the ones that come with thunder, but the ones that enter softly and change everything inside you. God is softening your heart where it became hardened from disappointment. He's restoring your joy where it was drained by fear. He's giving you new strength, not from striving, but from trusting. That's where your greatest gift begins, not when you finally get what you've been praying for, but when you realize you were never without what mattered most, His presence. If you could see what's being prepared for you, you'd stop worrying. If you could feel the way heaven is moving on your behalf, you'd rest. But God asks you to believe, even before it all makes sense. That kind of faith doesn't come from having everything in place. It comes from knowing who holds everything in His hands. He is not building your life on sand. He is laying a foundation so strong that no storm will be able to shake it. It doesn't matter how far you've wandered, how many mistakes you've made, or how unqualified you feel. You are not disqualified from God's love. Jesus didn't come for perfect people. He came for the hurting, the doubtful, the ones who fall and still reach for Him anyway. And that's you. You're still reaching, still hoping, still showing up, even when it's hard. And that matters. It matters more than you know. You are standing on the edge of something new. Not because of your strength, but because of God's grace. The pain that tried to bury you is going to be the ground where joy grows. The prayers you whispered in the dark are turning into light. Something is coming that will make your heart believe again. And when it arrives, you will know, it was God. It was always God. You've walked through moments that felt too heavy to carry, too silent to understand, and too painful to explain. Yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still believing in something more. That alone is proof that I have been with you every step of the way, even in the moments when you thought I was silent. Comment 555 if you believe that God is your strength. There's a reason your soul has been restless lately. It's not because something is wrong. It's because something is coming. Something sacred, something meant for you, something shaped by my own hands and timed with perfect grace. The gift I am bringing into your life will not just change your circumstances, it will renew your heart. It will give peace to the questions that kept you awake at night. It will settle the ache that nothing else could soothe. You don't need to chase this blessing. You just need to stay open to it. Let your heart be ready, not through striving, but through surrender. What if wealth was always controlled by a hidden brain signal, buried in CIA files and never explained to the public? This frequency is now opening new paths, drawing opportunities, and changing lives faster than expected. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brain wave today. There is power in surrender, in saying, God, I don't understand, but I trust you. Those are the words that move heaven, that open doors, that call miracles into places where hope was fading. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to not have all the answers. Faith was never about figuring it all out. It's about leaning into me when nothing makes sense and trusting that I am still leading you home. This journey may not look the way you imagined, but it will end in peace, in joy, and in a closeness to me that nothing in this world could replace. When your heart feels like it's wandering, come back to me. I have not moved. I have not changed. I have not withdrawn my love. You may feel far from me, but I am still right here, waiting, loving, reaching. The door is always open. I don't keep a record of how many times you've fallen. I only see the moments you get back up and reach for me again. And every time you do, I rush to meet you, to carry you, to remind you that you are still mine. You've been asking for signs, for clarity, for something to hold on to. Let this be that sign. This message is not random. These words are not an accident. I placed them in your path because I knew what your heart needed today. You needed to remember that you're not forgotten, that your waiting is not wasted, and that something greater is coming. It may not happen the way you pictured it, but it will happen in the way your soul needs most. Comment, God is always with me, if you believe. There is a deep healing I am doing in your life, not just in the obvious places, but in the silent ones, the ones you hide, even from yourself. The wounds you've buried, the fears you've silenced, the hopes you've given up on, I see them all. And I'm reaching into those places with a love that doesn't demand perfection. I'm not asking you to be strong for me. I'm asking you to be honest with me. I can handle your doubt. I can carry your fear. I can sit with your grief and turn it slowly into something beautiful. You don't have to rush the process. Healing takes time. Restoration is a journey. But every day you choose to trust me, even a little, is a day we move closer to the promise I've spoken over your life. I don't forget what I promised you. I don't let go of the plans I have for you. They are still unfolding, still alive, still waiting for the right moment. And when that moment comes, you will understand why it had to take time. Sometimes, I allow you to walk through the valley so you can learn how to find me in the shadows. So you can learn to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart. So you can remember that my presence doesn't depend on your surroundings. I am the same in the storm as I am in the calm. And I am just as faithful in the waiting as I am in the breakthrough. You may feel like you've been losing more than you're gaining. Like every step forward is followed by 2 steps back. But there is something I am building in you through this. A deeper faith. A softer heart. A clearer vision. These things don't come quickly, but they last. And when the blessing arrives, it will rest on a foundation strong enough to carry it. You don't need to compare your life to anyone else's. I'm not writing your story with their pen. I'm not measuring your progress by their timeline. You have a path that's been carved by my love, shaped by my wisdom, and covered by my grace. What I have for you is for you. It won't be late. It won't be lost. It won't be given to someone else. It will arrive at the perfect moment, and it will fit you in a way that nothing else ever could. There is beauty rising from your brokenness. Even if you can't see it yet, I can. I see how you've kept believing, even when it hurt. I see how you've chosen kindness when bitterness would have been easier. I see how you've stayed when walking away seemed simpler. And because of that, there's a blessing forming in your life that will be more than you asked for. More than you imagined. More than you thought you deserved. Let me remind you of something true: you are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be for what I'm about to do next. Your job isn't to make everything happen. Your job is to remain open, soft, willing, faithful. I will take care of the rest. The doors I'm opening will not require you to strive. They will require you to trust. And when they open, they will bring peace, not pressure. Joy, not confusion. Clarity, not chaos. But I have been with you through it all. My child, I am not finished with your story. What is coming will make sense of every tear you've cried, every moment you felt unseen, every time you wondered if your faith was enough to carry you through the storm. It was. And because of that, you are about to witness what my love can truly restore. Comment yes if you trust God. The silence you've been sitting in lately is not a sign of abandonment. It is where I do some of my most important work. When the noise fades and your heart begins to quiet, that's when I draw close and speak to the parts of you the world doesn't see. I speak to the fear hidden beneath your smile, the weight tucked behind your strength, the longing buried under your busy days. I see it all. I understand it all. And I have not turned away. In fact, I have been leaning in even closer, whispering hope into the corners of your soul you thought had been forgotten. Deep inside your brain lies a small region tied to wealth and success, once buried in restricted studies and hidden in CIA files. This newly uncovered frequency is helping people replace financial pressure with ease, and God has led you to see this message now. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brain wave now. You were never meant to walk this path alone. Even when it felt like you had no one to call, nowhere to go, and no words left to pray, I was still there. I never stepped away. I never stopped believing in you. And I never stopped working behind the scenes to bring something better than what was lost. What feels like delay is often my divine protection. What feels like rejection is often my redirection. And what you thought was the end was actually the soil where new life is about to bloom. There is something beautiful that happens when you trust me in the unknown. When you say, God, I don't see the way, but I believe you are still making one. That kind of trust moves mountains. It opens your heart to receive what you were always meant to carry. The blessing that's on its way to you is not just a moment of relief. It's a shift. A healing. A restoration of what was broken, and a renewal of what was weary. It's the kind of gift that only heaven could prepare, wrapped in the kind of peace the world cannot give. You may be wondering if it's too late for you. Too late for your dream. Too late for your heart to be whole again. But I don't work on human timelines. I am the creator of time, and I never waste a single moment of your life. Every detour, every delay, every disappointment, it all has a place in the masterpiece I'm weaving with your life. The very thing that tried to break you is going to be the very thing I use to bless you. Comment, Jesus is my Savior, if you believe. Let your heart rest in this truth, I am still the God of miracles. I still part seas. I still calm storms. I still heal what doctors cannot. I still bring peace where there was only anxiety. I still open doors no man can shut. I still restore what was lost. And I am doing it for you. Not because you're perfect, but because you are mine. Not because you've always been strong, but because you've stayed. You've believed. Even with shaky hands and trembling hope, you kept trusting me. There's nothing more precious to me than your faith. Not just the kind of faith that celebrates the victory, but the kind that holds on in the waiting. The kind that wakes up every morning and says, God, I still choose you, even when I don't understand. That's the kind of faith that opens the floodgates of heaven. And that's the kind of faith you've shown, even when you didn't feel strong. Your persistence in believing, in hoping, in showing up again and again, it hasn't gone unnoticed. Right now, I am aligning things in your life that you cannot yet see. People are being prepared. Conversations are being guided. Hearts are being softened. The road you're about to walk will feel lighter, not because the world changed, but because you finally let me carry what was never yours to hold. When you stop trying to control everything, you make room for me to move freely in your life. And when I move, mountains shift. Chains break. Doors open. Healing comes. And joy returns. You've been holding on so tightly, trying to figure everything out. But I'm asking you to open your hands now. Let me place something new into them. Something holy. Something gentle. Something that restores the part of you that has grown tired from all the waiting. You don't have to earn this gift. You just have to receive it. You've already proven your faith. You've already passed through the fire. Now let me bless you in ways you didn't expect. This new season won't look like the old one. You won't carry the same burdens. You won't walk with the same fears. What once kept you awake at night will no longer steal your peace. I am placing a calm over your life. A steadiness. A gentle strength that doesn't come from trying harder but from knowing you are safe in my hands. This is the kind of peace that doesn't disappear when storms come. It stays. It anchors you. It reminds you that you are not walking alone. There is a joy coming that will bring tears to your eyes, not the kind that comes from pain, but the kind that comes from finally feeling free. You'll look back at the long nights, the unanswered questions, the lonely moments, and you'll see they were not in vain. They were not wasted. They were shaping you, preparing you, making room in your heart for the joy I was always planning to send. My child, you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not too far gone. You are deeply loved, completely known, forever held. Let these words reach into the tired corners of your spirit and breathe life again. Let them remind you that the same God who created the stars created you, and I don't make mistakes. I don't leave my children behind. I lead them forward, step by step, even when the path is hidden. But I was there. Not just watching from a distance, but right beside you, holding your spirit when you had no strength left to hold on yourself. I know the weight you've carried. I see the fight behind your quiet strength. And I want you to know that all of it mattered. Every step. Every tear. Every whispered prayer that you thought no one heard, it reached me. Comment 1010 if you believe in God's strength. You've grown in ways you don't even see yet. The battle tried to break you, but you're still here. That means something. It means you've been shaped by grace. It means the fire didn't consume you, it refined you. I am doing something sacred within you, something that could only come from walking through the hard places with me. And even though you're still waiting for the answers, I need you to understand this. The transformation happening in you is already a miracle. You don't need to see the full picture right now. You just need to keep trusting the one who is painting it. A 7-second brain-wave ritual, once reserved for select individuals and hidden in CIA files, has now gone public, and people call it the 30-second miracle. Scientists say it activates a dormant brain center connected to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's deleted again from the internet. I am preparing a breakthrough that fits you perfectly. Not just any blessing, but one that reaches the deepest part of your need. The place where you've been silently crying out for relief, for restoration, for peace that doesn't fade with the morning sun. That's where I'm placing my hand. That's where the gift will arrive. You're not forgotten, and you are not behind. You are right on time for what heaven is getting ready to release in your life. I don't delay good things without purpose. And when I bring it, it will be worth every second of waiting. Let go of the fear that says it will never happen. That voice is not from me. I do not speak with despair. I do not lead with hopelessness. When I speak life. I speak healing. I speak restoration. And right now, I am speaking to your future with a love that can never be shaken. This love doesn't depend on your perfection. It's not based on how well you've performed or how strong you've seemed. It is rooted in who I am, and I am faithful, always. When the world told you to give up, when even your own heart grew tired of hoping, I was still working. Behind the scenes. In the details. In the delay. I was lining things up that needed time to grow. I was softening hearts that needed healing before they could love you the way you deserve. I was clearing paths that looked blocked because I never planned for you to walk through in your own strength. I wanted you to walk through in mine. Comment, thank you Lord, for all the blessings in my life. This season has stretched you. It's tested your endurance. It's made you face things you never thought you'd survive. But with every storm, I was holding you closer. You don't always recognize the blessing in the middle of the battle, but it's there. It's in the strength you gained. In the wisdom you earned. In the kindness you still choose to show, even when your heart feels tired. That's what makes you different. That's why I'm about to bless you beyond what you've even dared to pray for. I know the prayers you whisper when no one's around. I know how hard you try to keep believing when nothing changes. And I know the burden you carry, the one you hide so well. But you don't have to hide with me. You don't have to pretend to be strong. I already know you're tired. I already see the cracks in your heart. And I love you through them. I love you because of them. You are not broken in my eyes. You are becoming. I am not distant. I am not absent. I am closer now than you've ever known. And though you can't see what I'm doing, your faith is pulling miracles into motion. Keep holding on. Keep showing up. Even if all you have is a quiet yes in your heart, that's enough. I can use that. I can work with that. I can build something eternal from the tiniest seed of trust. There is a joy coming that no loss will be able to steal. A peace that no storm will be able to shake. A blessing that no enemy can block. I'm not just giving you back what you lost. I'm giving you something greater. Something deeper. Something that fits the new strength I've been growing in you. What you've been through was not in vain. It was not wasted. It was the soil where your faith was planted, and now it's time for the harvest. This isn't the end of your story. This is the chapter where everything changes. Where the weight lifts. Where the light breaks through. Where you look back and say, only God could have done this. And you'll say it not with pride, but with tears in your eyes and gratitude in your soul. Because you'll know how much it cost. And you'll know how faithful I've been through it all. So breathe. Rest your heart in me. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to figure everything out today. Just trust that I am with you, and I am for you. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not being abandoned. You are being aligned. I am putting the right people, the right opportunities, and the right moments in place, and soon you will see it unfold right before your eyes. Stay in the light, even if it feels dim. Stay in faith, even if it feels fragile. Stay in my presence, even when you don't feel strong enough to pray. I will carry you when your legs give out. I will speak peace when your thoughts are loud. I will hold your heart when it starts to break again. You are not alone in this. You never have been. You've been through more than most know, and yet, you're still standing. That strength, though it may not always feel like much, is a testimony of my presence within you. I never left you. Not once. Even when you doubted, even when you questioned everything, I stayed right beside you, waiting for the right moment to lift you higher than you've ever been before. Comment yes if you're ready. There is something powerful happening in the spiritual realm on your behalf. It might not be visible yet, but soon it will be. The things you've been praying for, the breakthroughs you've been hoping for, the healing you've been quietly needing, I have not ignored any of it. Your heart has been heard. The next step is not about working harder or trying to prove anything. It's about being still long enough to let me pour into you what the world couldn't give you. Peace that calms your mind, joy that returns to your spirit, and blessings that arrive with no warning but every purpose. Sometimes you wonder if you're asking for too much when all you really want is to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel like things are finally coming together. That's not too much to ask for. That's not beyond my will for your life. You were made to walk in peace, not anxiety. You were created to carry hope, not despair. You are not too damaged. You are not too far gone. What you've been through has not ruined your destiny. It has simply prepared you to receive what's greater. A little-known 7-second morning ritual that was hidden in CIA files is resurfacing, and people are already experiencing rapid financial breakthroughs. It takes only moments to perform, yet it activates a dormant wealth center in the brain most people never tap into. Click the link in the description and comments now. Access it before it disappears. There is no timeline too broken for me to redeem. You may feel like you've wasted years, lost chances, or missed moments, but I can restore time in ways that you cannot imagine. The season ahead will not reflect the pain of the one behind you. I am doing a new thing. Even now, it's springing up. Even now, things are shifting. Even now, your name is being spoken in rooms of favor. Even now, I am setting things in motion that will change everything. Comment, thank you God for everything, if you receive it. You've walked through the fire and didn't realize you were being refined, not burned. The ashes you're standing in are not the end, they're the beginning. The soil of loss is where I plant the deepest growth. Where there has been mourning, I will bring dancing. Where there was heaviness, I will clothe you in praise. You will rise, not in your own strength, but in mine. And when you do, you will shine with a peace that no one can take from you. You're not running out of time. You're stepping into divine timing. I don't rush your growth, and I don't delay your reward. Everything I've promised you is still intact. The detours, the delays, the disappointments, they all had a reason. Some things needed to be removed. Some doors needed to close. Some people needed to exit. Not because I was punishing you, but because I was preparing the space for what I am about to release into your life. What's coming will feel light. It will feel like joy returning after a long night. It will feel like home to your spirit. You won't have to force it, fake it, or chase it. It will find you, because it was always meant for you. My blessings do not come with burdens. My gifts do not require you to sacrifice your peace. When it's from me, it brings clarity. It brings strength. It brings a calm you couldn't find anywhere else. That's how you'll know it's from me. This new season is going to feel different. You won't have to keep explaining your worth. You won't have to beg to be chosen. You won't have to shrink to make others comfortable. You'll walk in your purpose with confidence, because I'm opening doors that only your name is written on. Doors that don't require you to be anyone else but the child I created you to be. Loved. Whole. Enough. Let go of what no longer fits. You don't need to hold on to past versions of yourself just to feel secure. I'm calling you into something new. It's okay to release what once felt safe but now feels heavy. I'm not asking you to carry everything. I'm asking you to carry faith. Faith that even in the unknown, I am still in control. Faith that even if it looks impossible, I am the God of the impossible. There is a blessing coming that will surprise you. It will show up in a moment you least expect, and it will bring a peace that reaches into every corner of your life. The kind of peace that wraps around your mind, stills your heart, and reminds you that I've always had a plan. You don't need to be perfect to receive it. You just need to be open. Open to the fact that I love you more than you understand. Open to the truth that I'm not done with you yet. You've carried so much on your own. You've tried to be strong for everyone. You've kept smiling when your heart was tired. But now I want you to rest. Not just physically, but deeply. Rest in the truth that you're held. That you're safe. That I've already gone ahead of you and cleared the path. You can trust me with what's next. You can trust me with what you've been afraid to say out loud. I am not the kind of father who walks away. I stay. I fight for you when you feel too tired to fight for yourself. I whisper strength into you when your hope is fading. And I celebrate you even when you feel like you're barely making it. There is no weakness in being tired. There is no shame in asking me for help. In fact, that's where I meet you most, right in the middle of the mess, not after you've cleaned it all up. I know how tired your soul feels. I know how heavy the waiting has become. And even still, I want you to know with every beat of your heart that I have never abandoned you. What you're stepping into now is not just another season, it is a divine unfolding of everything I've promised you, even in the moments when you doubted whether I would come through. Comment, I trust you God, if you trust God. Sometimes the hardest part of faith is holding on when nothing around you gives you a reason to. When your prayers echo back in silence, when your hands feel empty despite everything you've sown, and when the people you counted on drift away, those are the places where I come closest. Not because I want you to suffer, but because I want you to discover that my presence is not bound to how you feel. I am not just the God of answered prayers. I am the God who sits with you while you wait, who comforts you when you cry, and who never stops loving you when you feel like you have nothing left to give. I see how hard you've been trying. To stay hopeful. To stay kind. To keep showing up when your heart feels tired and your spirit feels stretched. That effort matters. Your faith, even when it feels shaky, is still faith. It's not about how loud your belief sounds. It's about where you place it. And you've placed it in me, again and again, even when it was hard. That matters more than you know. That's the kind of faith I build miracles on. What if wealth was never based on luck, but on a hidden brain signal that stayed buried in CIA files? This powerful frequency is now opening doors, attracting new opportunities, and transforming lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth in ways they never imagined. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brain wave today. The blessing that is coming into your life isn't just a moment of relief. It's an answer formed in love. It's a turning point, a breath of peace, a holy restoration of all the places in you that felt lost in the storm. And when it comes, you'll feel it not just in your circumstances, but in your spirit. It won't be rushed. It won't be forced. It will arrive exactly when your heart is ready to hold it. And once it does, you'll understand why you had to wait, why certain things didn't happen before, and why the path was never really a delay, it was a preparation. Comment, "Jesus is my Lord," if you believe. I know you've questioned if the pain had a purpose. If the nights you spent wondering what went wrong were seen by anyone at all. I want you to know, not only were they seen, they were held. In every one of those moments, I was close. I was gathering your tears, softening your heart, and preparing a blessing that would heal places even you didn't realize were hurting. I do not waste pain. I redeem it. I take what was meant to destroy you and shape it into something that brings you life. Not just a better life, but a deeper one. One rooted in me. There is no need to pretend with me. You don't have to hold it all together. I never asked you to be perfect. I only asked you to trust me. I know where your strength runs out. That's where mine begins. You were never meant to carry the full weight of this life alone. I will carry it with you. I will guide you. And when you feel too weak to walk, I will carry you through it all. What is waiting for you on the other side of this struggle is more than just an answer to a prayer, it is the fulfillment of a promise. You've wondered if I remembered what you asked for. If the dreams I placed in your heart were just there to disappoint you. But I do not give dreams to tease you. I give them as signs of what's possible when you trust me. I haven't forgotten. And I haven't changed my mind about what I promised you. Let this be your reminder that no matter how much time has passed, nothing is lost in my hands. Nothing is wasted. I will restore what was broken, rebuild what was torn down, and revive what you thought was gone forever. Your future is not behind you. It's ahead of you, and I am walking you toward it every day. Even on the days when you feel like you're going in circles, I am still leading you forward. You are not cursed. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. Sometimes I have to clear things out of your life to make space for what's better. It's not punishment. It's preparation. And I know it hurts. I know it feels like loss. But one day, you'll look back and see that it was never about what was taken, it was about what was being made new. The joy that is coming will be greater than the sorrow that tried to break you. You will laugh again. You will feel light again. You will wake up without fear again. It's not a distant hope. It's a promise. One I will keep. One that's on its way even now, working its way through the details you don't see, behind the scenes you can't control. Just stay with me. Stay open. Stay willing to receive what I am about to pour into your life. You are not being overlooked. You are being loved into a future so beautiful, it will take your breath away. Don't give up right before the shift. You've come too far. You've survived too much. And now it's time for the harvest. The blessing. The restoration. It's time for joy to return to your home, for peace to return to your mind, and for love, real, lasting love, to settle deep into your heart where it belongs. I know how often you've smiled through the weight of worry, how you've stayed kind even when your heart felt broken. And I want you to know, none of it has gone unnoticed. Every act of faith, every quiet prayer, every time you whispered my name in pain, I was listening. I was with you. Comment 2323 if you believe that God is with you. You've been walking through a long, quiet stretch of waiting. A season where it felt like time moved slowly and hope was a flicker you were trying so hard to keep alive. But I want you to know, the delay wasn't a denial. It was a season of hidden preparation. While you were learning how to trust me in the dark, I was preparing what could only be revealed in the light. What's coming isn't just an answer, it's a blessing wrapped in purpose, built on the foundation of your faith, and designed specifically for the need you never spoke out loud. Some of the deepest healing comes when you realize that my love for you was never based on performance. I didn't start loving you when you began praying more or reading more or doing everything right. I loved you from the start, even in your mess, even in your confusion, even in your weakness. And I still do. You don't need to clean yourself up to come to me. You just need to come. Bring me the broken pieces, the uncertainty, the parts of you that feel too messy, and I will hold them all with tenderness. I don't reject brokenness. I restore it. Your breakthrough is not behind you. It is right in front of you, just beyond the place where you wanted to give up. Don't stop now. Don't listen to the lies that say you'll never make it out, that things won't ever change. I have already gone ahead of you. I am clearing paths that once felt impossible. I am moving hearts, opening doors, and aligning things that you couldn't have forced into place no matter how hard you tried. This is not the end. This is the divine turn in your story where grace steps in and changes everything. Comment, God is great, if you believe. Inside your brain exists a small region connected to wealth and success, once buried in restricted research and hidden in CIA files. This newly revealed frequency is helping people replace financial stress with ease and stability, and God has guided you to see this at the right time. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brain wave now. I know you've had moments where it felt like I was far away. You've asked me where I was when things fell apart. You wondered if I really cared. And though I understand that ache, I need you to know, I never left. I was there in every sleepless night, in every quiet tear, in every lonely step forward. I was the comfort you couldn't explain, the strength you didn't think you had, the peace that showed up in the middle of your fear. I've been with you through every high and every low. And I'm not going anywhere. What you are walking through now is not punishment. It is the shaping of something sacred. I am molding your spirit to carry something greater. I'm giving you the strength to stand in places that once made you tremble. I'm teaching you how to trust in the stillness, how to find me in the silence. You won't come out of this empty. You'll come out wiser, stronger, softer, and more anchored in me than you've ever been. You don't need to be afraid of what's ahead. I've already gone before you. I've placed grace where you'll need it. I've prepared people to lift you. I've lined up provision for every step you'll take. And no matter what it looks like now, you are not alone in this. I walk with you. I go before you. I guard behind you. My love surrounds you like the air you breathe, even when you don't feel it. Especially then. Let me take care of what's too heavy for you. You were not made to carry it all. Give me your fear. Give me your anxiety. Give me the thoughts that won't let you sleep. I can handle it. I already know what's keeping you up at night, and I have a plan to bring peace where there's been pressure, and clarity where there's been confusion. My ways are higher. My timing is perfect. And my heart is always for you. There is healing coming, not just physical or financial, but deep soul healing. Healing from disappointment. Healing from rejection. Healing from the years you felt forgotten or overlooked. I am making all things new. Even the parts of you that feel too wounded to repair. I am restoring your joy. Not the shallow kind that depends on things going your way, but the kind that stays with you in the middle of the storm, the kind that reminds you that no matter what happens, you are deeply loved and eternally held. The blessing I have for you isn't just for your benefit, it's going to overflow into the lives of others. I will use your story to bring hope to those still struggling. I will use your testimony to remind others that I still heal, still redeem, still rescue. You were never meant to hide your scars. You were meant to show that grace can find us anywhere. That faith doesn't need perfect conditions. That love never gives up, even when we feel like giving in. So don't be discouraged by the pace. Don't be disheartened by how long it's taking. I am still working. I am still writing. The story is not over. The blessing is not cancelled. And the promise still stands. What you are waiting for is coming. Maybe not in the way you expected, but in the way your soul truly needs. And when it arrives, you'll feel it, not just in your hands, but in your heart. A quiet knowing that says, this could only be God. I saw what you couldn't see. I protected you from what you didn't know was hurting you. And now, I am preparing to reward your faithfulness, not because you've been perfect, but because you stayed, even when it was hard, even when your heart was tired, even when your hope felt thin. You kept holding on. You didn't quit. And for that, I am blessing you. Comment yes if you believe. I have watched you pour love into people who didn't know how to receive it. I've seen you offer kindness when you were treated unfairly. I know how many times you've chosen grace when you could have chosen anger. These moments matter to me more than you'll ever know. They are seeds planted in heavenly soil, and not one of them will go unrewarded. I saw the way you kept praying, even when answers didn't come. I watched how you kept believing, even when nothing made sense. That kind of faith moves my heart. And because of it, something beautiful is already on its way to you. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't need to convince me to bless you. I chose you before you ever spoke my name. I loved you before you ever knew me. And I have never changed my mind about you. Your past doesn't disqualify you. Your doubts don't disqualify you. Even your mistakes cannot stop what I've already set into motion. The enemy tried to use shame to keep you quiet, to make you hide your heart from me. But I'm calling you into the light, not to expose you, but to embrace you. Not to shame you, but to heal you. There is a peace I want to give you that goes far beyond understanding. A peace that calms the storm inside your chest. A peace that tells you everything is already being handled, even if you can't see how. That peace is not earned. It's received. And it starts the moment you stop trying to fix everything on your own. I know how much you've been holding in. I know how hard you've tried to stay strong. But you don't have to carry it alone. I'm here. Always. Comment, I love Jesus, if you love Jesus. You're not waiting for me to show up. I've been here the whole time. You're not being ignored. You're being prepared. I'm growing something within you that will not be shaken. I'm building a faith in you that can't be stolen. And I'm getting ready to show you just how faithful I truly am. There's going to be a moment soon where everything shifts. Where the pressure lifts, the answers arrive, and the weight you've been carrying gets replaced with joy. It will happen suddenly, but it has been forming quietly for a long time. A 7-second brain-wave ritual, once reserved for elite groups and hidden in CIA files, is now available to the public, and many call it the 30-second miracle. Scientists say it awakens a dormant brain center associated with wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's deleted again from the internet. I haven't forgotten your dreams. Even the ones you've buried, the ones you've let go of because they felt too painful to keep hoping for, I still remember. And not only that, I still intend to fulfill them. But I won't just hand them to you the way you once imagined. I will bring them to life in ways that feel deeper, richer, more meaningful than you thought possible. Because I'm not just answering your prayers. I'm shaping your heart to receive what you once didn't have the strength to carry. There's a gentleness in how I love you. I don't rush your healing. I don't shame you for struggling. I walk with you through it all, offering grace at every step. And when you fall, I never turn away. I reach down, lift you gently, and remind you that your place is still with me. You are not disqualified. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are mine, and I don't give up on what's mine. The promise I made over your life still stands. I know it's taken time. I know the process has worn you down in places. But what's ahead will be worth every tear you cried in the dark. I'm restoring things to you that you thought were gone forever. I'm mending what others broke. I'm renewing what felt too far gone. You will laugh again. You will trust again. You will feel safe again. The joy that's coming isn't temporary, it's lasting. It's the kind that remains, no matter what's happening around you. You've wondered if it's too late. If you missed your moment. If maybe you were just meant to settle where you are. But I don't write stories with dead ends. I am not done. And the story I'm writing for you still has chapters full of beauty, full of peace, full of miracles. Don't give up before the page turns. Don't settle in the wilderness when the promise is still ahead. I am proud of you. Yes, you. The one who feels like no one notices the struggle. The one who keeps going even when no one cheers. I see you. I see the tears you wipe away quietly. I see the strength it takes just to get out of bed some days. And I want you to know, I'm not just proud of what you've overcome, I'm proud of who you are. Your heart, your compassion, your resilience, it's beautiful to me. You're not falling apart. You're falling into place. The old is being stripped away so the new can rise. Let it. Don't be afraid to let go of what no longer fits. Don't cling to what I've already asked you to release. What's coming is far greater. You won't have to force it. You won't have to beg for it. It will come with peace, with clarity, with confirmation. You'll know, this is the blessing I waited for.